Dang, you record this? Okay, hold on. Okay, okay. We're good, fam.
You
We're
look
good.
good.
Lies. Lie to me.
Oh my goodness. All right, I think we can start. Whoever hops on, hops on.
Sweet.
So just really quick, guys. I know some of my teams on here and some Edwin's teams on here. I want to introduce him because he has been a huge part of my growth, my success, and the results that I've gotten thus far, and which is the biggest reason why I wanted him to do this call today. Mute Mr. Tony. There we go. Okay, which is the biggest reason why I wanted him to jump on today because of the massive results that he's gotten and overall just going over the mindset of being a trader and everything. As you know, we're all kind of entrepreneurs in some degree. We're all investing our money, and it takes a certain mindset to do this. And just from my experience from the past 10 and a half months being with IML, Edwin has been doing this for a lot longer than I have, a little over a year or so. He can give you the details on himself, but he understands the mentality it takes. And if you don't have that right mindset, you're not going to get the results that you want. I mean, yes, consistency and patience is a huge factor of this, but it all comes down to your mindset at the end of the day. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce and let Edwin take over and really get this call on the road.
All right, sweet. Top of the morning. Thanks, Abigail. I really appreciate the opportunity to be on this call. And honestly, it's been a while since I've actually hopped on a call with you guys. Well, it's probably my first time with your squad, with my squad, and getting to know everyone as well. But yeah, I just want to hand it back to Abigail. She's been crushing on the business side, the trading aspect as well, with IML, with she actually has much more. If you're with Abigail, you're in the right spot in this company as well. So I want to welcome each and every one of you guys on this call. Time is definitely important to me. It's the most valuable commodity that we have here on earth. So with that being said, I like to be real. I like to be transparent with everyone. Um, Even though I look like this, I want you guys to adopt the same mindset because everyone on this call is pretty much new. And if you're not new, I want you to pretend like this is your first time hearing about Forex and iMarkets Live and what the possibilities of achieving with such of an opportunity with Forex. So mindset, like Abigail said, is definitely important. If you don't have the right mindset in this industry, not just network marketing, but with Forex, you don't have the right mindset. You're not going to be here in the next 30 days. You're not going to be here in the next 60 days. You're not going to be here in the next 120 days. You're going to quit and you're going to go back to the same thing that you were complaining about 30 days ago before you got started. So to give you guys a better understanding of myself, who I am, and where I came from to where I am today, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about myself. I've been in the industry of network marketing for about 5 years. And I've been in many different companies, right? So typical network marketing, you get a product, you get a service, you go sell it to family and friends to make money. You go to sign up business partners, people that can adopt the same passion as you. They get involved with you. You make some money, right? Simple. But when Forex came into my life, I was actually introduced to a company, which is the same company we're all a part of now, right? Which is the concept of having people come into IML, learning a skill set that can pay them for life, and instead of having to sell to make money, I can have people come in, put their own hardworking money to work for them without having to tell a soul. And I was like, what kind of opportunity out there could do that for us? And this was it. So I've locked arms, went 100% in with IML, and I've never looked anywhere else. For the past, I think it's almost 2 years, I've been with this company. I locked in with Matt Rosa, Jason Brown, a bunch of the guys that got started with Jason. I got started with them at the same time. Now they're the top income earners in the company. They're pretty solid traders now from what we were before, but we wouldn't be, especially Jason and Matt, a lot of our top leaders that are in this industry that didn't know about Forex before, if they didn't have the right mindset, they wouldn't be at where they are today. And it's not the fact that they signed up a lot of people to get where they are. Their income, my income, and the residual income that Abigail gets, it's not just based off the people that we just sign up just for fun. It's the amount of lives that we've changed over the period of time that we've been in this company. And you guys are a part of that. And that's our passion. That's our goal. That's the reason why we do what we do, is because it gives us the opportunity to help the little guy win. We have big leaders that come into the company. Great. But we're here for the little people. A lot of people in this industry don't do that. You show me someone in this industry that does that. There are a lot, but not that many. That doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, but that's just the truth. So let's dive in. Hopefully that gives you guys a better understanding of myself. I love to be a servant leader. I love to help people where I can. So when Abigail reached out to me, I was like, yeah, let's get this done. I know a lot of you guys on this call have a lot of questions. And what I'm about to share with you guys, hopefully that answers most of your questions that many of you guys may have being new to this industry. So let's dive right into it. All right, first and foremost, I want you guys to be grateful. Be grateful for being where you are in this company. If you just got started last week, last month, any time between January to now, you got to be grateful, because when we got started with this company first, we didn't have IML Academy. We didn't have IML TV. All the educational things that we have in this company, we didn't have. We didn't even have the web scanner. You know the web scanner that you guys can log into now? What we had to do was, when I got started, was in order for you to have the scanner, you needed a laptop. I got started with IML. I didn't even have a laptop. So I would have to actually borrow one from one of my good friends to actually learn how to use it and use it every time I need it. So I would actually hit him up. But with the evolution of this company and with our CEO and everything that he's done, he's actually been able to, expand and make things much better and easier for us. So I want you guys to have that mindset to be grateful, because now everything is much more smoother than it was last year. So you guys are definitely in the right place. All right. Now, I know a lot of people have heard this before as well, but I want you guys to ask yourselves this. Why are you guys here, right? You guys just here for money? Cool. But it has to be bigger than that, okay? So when it comes to Forex, people know it's a roughly $5.3 trillion per day that runs through the market. So with that being said, I want to ask you guys a question. Again, does it really matter? And I really want you guys to pay attention. Does it really matter how long it takes for you to learn this skill set? Does it matter if it takes you a month? Will it really matter if it takes you 5 years or 10 years from now, right? Really ask yourself that question, because to me, it doesn't matter. Even if it took me 10, 15 years to learn this skill set, I would grind out 15 to 20 years just to learn this skill set, rather than working for someone for 40 plus years and retire off nothing. So guys, always remember that this skill set literally has the potential to set you free for life. Why? Because you're putting your own hardworking money. And I say hardworking money because I know you guys work really hard each and every day for your family and for your loved ones to pay your bills, taking that money and making it work for you. Trading your time for money is obsolete now. And I know a lot of you guys on this call have jobs. You can understand that. But really ask yourselves, does it matter? Does it really matter if it takes that long to really get this skill set down? To me, it doesn't. So hopefully to you guys, it doesn't as well, okay? Which leads me to the next thing that will really help you, especially the newest people on this call. I know a lot of people that have blown accounts. I know myself as well. I've blown a few accounts my first time I started trading, and it's going to happen. And let me tell you this. You don't really learn how to trade until you blow your first account. Like I'll just be real with you guys. Like the first time I put $150 into an account, that was gone within 24 hours. I only had $150 left in my account. I put that in again. The last $150 I had, I put it in a Forex broker account again, and I lost that. So I lost $300 within 48 hours of trading live for the first time. And that's when it hit me that this isn't a game. Like I really needed the correct mindset that I needed to actually put in the work to make this work. Because a lot of us, and I want you guys to pay attention when I say this, is a lot of us just want instant gratification, right? A lot of you guys on this call, a lot of you guys in this company, you guys just want to make money, money, money overnight. A lot of us are trying to be rich overnight, but why? Since when were you making $1,000 a day? Since when were you making $5,000 extra a month? You know what I mean? You can't just go straight from crawling to flying. There's a process to this. And Inky Johnson says this a lot too. One of his motivational speeches called Impose Your Will. He says you really need to enjoy the process, right? Because the process will save your life, just like it saved his. So if you don't know Inky Johnson, look him up. Inky Johnson, Impose Your Will video. It'll put you guys into the right mindset as well for trading. But God, I want you guys to really understand when it comes to this, it really does take time. And I know some of you guys are taking notes, so I want you guys to write this down as well, real quick. Let me just go to my notes real quick. %90 mentality. Can you guys hear me? Am I good, Abigail? Just saw that I was unmuted. Anyways, yeah, okay, I'm good now. All right, so trading, 10% skill, 90% mentality. Okay, 10% skill, 90% mentality. Now, I always ask my team this every time we have team trainings for Forex. If trading is 10% skill, right? 10% skill out of 100. Okay, so doesn't that mean it should be easy? Yeah, 10% skill, 90% mentality. Okay, you know why the reason a lot of you guys are going to lose money in Forex, other than, simple learning mistakes? Mentality. That's why a lot of you guys, if you guys lost money last week, I bet you most of it was because you guys just had the wrong mindset with making money. A lot of you guys didn't put in the 10% work to do your analysis. A lot of you guys didn't put in your 10% work to be on IML TV because you guys were too busy focusing on Netflix, focusing on going out with your friends, just focusing on not everything else but your future, which is what we're working with today. So if Forex is 10% skill, you can always learn how to trade. I mean, anyone can learn how to trade. I could teach my niece, who's only 8 years old, how to do support resistance. It's really simple for me to teach anyone basics in 24, 48 hours of just coaching them. But I know a lot of people who's been through many different courses, many different trainings, have gone through many different mentors, been trading Forex, which, they say they've been trading Forex for years, but let alone they haven't even made any type of money at all. I've been only trading for almost 2 years now. And last year alone, I was able to clear about 15K. Now, that's probably not a lot. But for me, an extra 15K last year meant the world because I was about 30K in debt. And with a bunch of court summons coming my way, I was like, okay, I can't pay none of this off with just a part-time job. But Forex definitely came into my life. So it wasn't a matter of I'm going to learn this or I might learn this. I needed to learn this skill set. And I need you guys to think about that as well. You need this. It's not that you just want it or you have to happen because it happens. Your family, and a lot of you guys can probably relate to this, but I don't come from a family for much. We don't have, we didn't grow up having everything. Um, you could just throw money here and there. Everything my family we have now, we worked for. And if I stopped working now, if I stop grinding with studying Forex, with building with IML, my dreams I won't be able to achieve my dreams. So I just feel like a lot of us take it lightly when it comes to stuff like this because things that are easy to do are also easy not to do. All right. Remember that things that are easy to do are things that are also easy not to do. So always have, and I know Abigail does a bunch of daily routine stuff with you guys every single week. But one thing that should always be a daily routine is personal development, building the correct mindset and constructing it to the place where it needs to be every single day. Positive vibes, the people you surround yourself with, the books you read, the audios you listen to. Trust me when I say every one of those affects your trading. A lot of people are like, no, it don't. Yeah, it does. And I'm pretty sure if you got Christopher Derrick on this call, you got Justin Adams on these call, Mike Miles, they'll tell you it really is mindset. So for those that are sleeping on this opportunity and just worrying about marking up charts, about flipping your $100 account to $10,000 in a week, you might as well just quit because you guys are trying to get that instant gratification results without putting in the work. But let me tell you this, and I'll promise you this. If you guys adopt the right mentality, you guys have been taking notes during this call and put that to work this coming week or even starting today, you'll see a massive difference in your growth. Not just your personal growth, but in your growth in your trading account. All right. Last thing I want to touch base on, guys, before I'll probably open up for questions and stuff. But last thing I want to touch on is demo trading. All right. I bet everyone on this call has a live account right now. All right. A lot of you guys have a live account on this call. That probably shouldn't even be trading live right now. Demo trading is important. 3 reasons why. Hope you guys write this down. It's fake money, obviously, but it's in the real life market, right? You also learn from your mistakes, and it helps you get a feel of how to trade, especially if you're new. A lot of people come into this opportunity and they're like, okay, let me fund my account with $100, $200, and let me just trade it. Like you're new. Dude, trade fake money in the real life market, learn from the mistakes that you'll make from fake money, get a feel for it, and then practice before you play mentality. Because think about it. If you just learned about what football was, and you're like, damn, that's a really fun sport. Like, throw me in, dude. Like, throw me in. Let me just go all in. I'm not even going to practice. Pretty sure you're going to get injured, right? So you definitely want to make sure that you want to put in the practice first before you actually go on the field, right? Same concept with Forex, guys. And for those that are, I have people come in here and they've given it about 30, 60, 90 days of their time. Some people it wasn't for them, but you guys really need to be obsessed with this opportunity. And I'm not just going to talk about IML, I'm talking about Forex. If you guys aren't obsessed with this, if you guys aren't going 100% with this, then there's really no point being here because if you don't take it serious, you're not going to make the serious income that you're really looking for. So I just want to be real and transparent with you guys on this call because I care. Your feelings are great. I understand that, everyone has feelings, but if I do hurt your feelings, it's just because I care about your success much more than your feelings. So like most mentors says, I'm not going to say a swear word, but I'm, F your feelings, dude, because the market's not going to care about your feelings. Trump's not going to care about your feelings. Society definitely doesn't care about your feelings. So, guys, I just want you guys to really, really open your eyes to this opportunity, to what Abigail has been putting together for everyone in this team, and build the proper mindset. So, guys, with that being said, that's pretty much all for me with my with what I had to share with each and every one of you guys on this call. And I really hope that you guys have been writing your notes down. I know this is recorded, so I'm pretty sure Abigail will be able to go and get that recording done for you. If you're watching the recording, I don't make sense, reach out to me, and let's hop on a call or something. But Abigail, I don't know if we can open up the mics, and if anyone has any questions, I'm more than willing to answer questions as well.
Yeah. I guess if you guys have questions, just unmute yourself and take them. I know a few people said they had questions.
Hey, Edwin, how you doing? This is Bob.
Hey, doing good, bro. How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. I just want to get a feel of what you do to just to prepare for like the beginning of when the market opens tomorrow. Like, how's your week? How do you prepare as far as mentally, as far as taking notes and charts and all that kind of stuff? Or do you have like a meeting before with your group or something like that? Or do you send out any kind of signals or do you give your people like a heads up? How do you prepare for the week?
Um, how I prepare for the week, especially with trading,
Yes.
um, I just keep it with a clear mind. So I'm actually Mormon as well. So I go to church on Sundays. I get the spiritual feel. Um, I spend time with my family a lot, which really motivates me to get that week started. To reach my goal every week. In regards to my team, a lot of them know what I do on a week-to-week basis, day-to-day basis. As far as signals, no, I don't call signals, but I help my team as far as the educational side of things, build their mentality. Everyone knows personal development is key. I know everyone's different too, so preparing myself personally for the week definitely helps with spending time with my family. Sunday is like a family day. We also have a family day on like Tuesdays as well. But surrounding yourself with your why, I guess, is what really motivates me in the beginning of the week to prepare me mentally. But then in regards to Forex and trading with markups, yeah, in our chats, we'll drop some what to look for the weekly overview of a few charts. And I know that they go through that with Stevenson Lindor, I believe yeah, on his channel as well, with his weekly overlook of the market too.
Now you think with all the stuff that's going on in the world right now, with not just the climate, but the politics and all the potentials of the engagement with a war or fighting another
Yeah.
country. I mean, do you think we should just hold back on the market or something, or just kind of have a feel, or kind of sit back and just watch, or what do you think?
In my opinion, if you're new, I would recommend yes to not participate in the market. But I mean, that's the thing about it too. Fundamental trading. If you guys actually tap into Mike Miles' sessions, he talks a lot about fundamental trading. And if you're just the type of person that just focuses on technical analysis, which is what Christopher Derrick really teaches a lot. A lot of our educators teach a lot. But if you hop on Mike Miles' trade house sessions that he has on IML TV, he goes over how to trade news, which is really crazy. So, with the world events, with the hurricane, Hurricane Harvey, with Irma, a lot of that has affected the oil. So I don't know if you guys remember how the CAD, the Canadian dollar moved, was strengthened as well, because the Canadian dollar moves kind of like similar to oil. And I learned that last year from one of the traders that was in our company last year. It made a lot of sense that that's why that pair moved. And then Brexit, if you guys don't understand what Brexit is, just Google it. But when that happened, a lot of us were told to stay out of the market. But a lot of us, when we participated in that drop in all the JVP pairs, the Great British Pound, a lot of us made a lot of money. So it's crazy because fundamental trading, when you learn with these world events of how to trade them, you guys can actually make really good money. So it's just on that side, if you're new, I would stick to, hopping on those sessions, learning how to trade news, but on a demo account. So when things like this happen again, you'll be ready to learn how to trade. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries, bro. Anyone else have any questions? Give it like 2 minutes or so if anyone does or not.
Nothing. I have a question. If nobody else does,
Okay, sweet.
what do you do? Like, how do you go about when you have a loss? What do you do? Like, whether it's
Oh,
small loss, big loss, whatever it may be. What do you do?
good question. Yeah, I actually forgot to cover that. So thanks for asking. All right, losses. Losses, losses, losses. No one loves losing. But in Forex, there's definitely no losing. It's you either win or you learn. So with losses, what I do first is when I get stopped out, when I'm done crying, I just kidding. When the loss happens, what I do is I go back, I analyze and see where I went wrong. Usually it's not just where I went wrong, it's just because the market's going to do what it wants to do most times. But with losses, what I used to do and why I blew my $300 my first 48 hours trading live was I would re-enter the trade and try to chase it. And that's what we call revenge trading. So revenge trading is a no-no. But what I do now is if I hit a loss, I'm at peace with my loss. I do not re-enter. I reanalyze, and then I set trades accordingly. So that's what I do personally. Is I take a step back, where most people would be like, "Oh, damn, I lost $10. I got to make it back." No, what I do is I take a step back, reanalyze, kind of be at peace with my loss, because sometimes losses are going to be like, sometimes it could be a discouragement for you. But if you take a step back, take a breather, have a look at the market. Not if it's a pair that I was certain about that I lost on, I'm not gonna bother with it. I'll just go to a different pair, look for a good trade setup, and then set up for that trade execution. That's what I personally do. And yes, revenge trading is a no-no because yeah, you'll definitely blow your account. But
Cool.
does that answer your question?
Yeah, that was good.
Okay, sweet.
And you're right about the loss, because a few reminders that I took for myself was don't forget to put your stop loss.
Yeah.
Follow the damn instructors who give like swipe trades. Just follow them. Don't change it up. Because I move my stop loss where I just don't want to lose whatever I profit, and then it cuts it off short, and I lose of getting any further pips. So, but yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like taking signals is great. So I mean, if it comes to swipe trades, like just follow accordingly. And they'll usually update you guys as well when to move them up and stuff like that. But yeah, never trade without a stop loss. A trade without a stop loss is a gamble. So we're not trying to risk your whole account. We're trying to grow it, you know, constant profits.
I have another question. How do you deal with your team losing at times? Like have they come up to you and be like, "Hey, I lost," or whatever, or like I blew my account. Like, how do you deal with that stuff? Or like, what do you tell them? Because I had like a couple of people on my team. They blew their account completely, and it wasn't like, $20 or anything. It was like thousands and things like that. So I really don't know how to,
Okay.
prepare
it
them for that stuff.
okay? Was it You can be honest with me. Was it with automation or was it with their personal trades?
No, personal.
Okay, sweet. All right. So this is what I tell, and you can ask anyone on my team. If they blow their account, if they lose money, they need to hold themselves accountable for that. I tell them straight and be like, well, you lost that money because you didn't put in the work to learn it, you know? And if people blow their account, it's usually just because they over leveraged a lot of their account just to make a lot of money. And just to help them, just to really help them, especially your team, um, because obviously we want to help them win, is you want to help them get a feel for it of how to trade, especially if they're new, how to trade demo before hopping in live, because thousands of dollars is a lot. It's not just like you said. That's not just $20, not $50. But either way, how I deal with it is just hold them accountable, give them the proper mindset that they need, because if anything, it's just because they're trying to get rich overnight. And with Forex, it's possible. It definitely is possible, but that's not the goal here. The goal here is to compound the profits, and 5%, 10% increase a day, or even a week is phenomenal. But just have them have that marathon mentality that this is a long run. This is not just a sprint. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. And if you need, you can schedule a call with me and your team. We can do a mindset training with them as well. It kind of puts them in the right direction.
Okay, yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll
Yeah,
message you.
sounds good.
Edwin, I do have one last question, just
Okay.
super like transparent and stuff. So she just asked about how do you handle talking to your team or whoever it is when they have losses. So she's talking about personal account. Now, what if it is from the mirror trading? How do you the same concept, or how do you go about responding to them?
Okay. With mirror trading, with mirror trading, it is quite the same, but I would, and I'm not gonna. Well, yeah. I'll just be real. So, Abigail, with me and you being leaders of the team, it's something that we need to discuss with them before they even launch their Fusion Trader or FX Signals Live account. Is helping our team understand that whatever you put in this account, Fusion Trader, FX Signals Live, consider it gone, right? Because if they don't adopt that mentality that that money's gone already, it's not going to be a set it and forget it account. It's going to be a set it and I got to check it every day account, right? So I see it in the company a lot as well. They say, oh, why did I lose this? Why did Yoda do this? Why did Optimus do this? I understand that, yeah, it can be crazy at times with different trading styles that people don't understand, but it really falls on the head of the leaders that don't educate them before they fund their account, that they could potentially lose it all. It is automation. But other than that, other than educating the team or the newest person of how that works, so that way that they don't have any feelings or any emotions attached to their money in that funded account. Other than that, it's on their end. So we have to hold ourselves accountable as leaders, giving them that before they start. And then when they have that mentality or when they have that knowledge of what it is, what they're doing with their money, the potentials of it, and that's on them because it's their decision to make, whether it's if money's made or if money's not. So I've already made it clear with a bunch of the leaders as well that automation is great. Before for myself, it's not for me, which is why learning the skill set was my biggest push, especially with my team as well, which is what's created a lot of retention for the business. Um, but yeah, that's just what I do. What we need to do as leaders. not just me and you, but as a whole with the company, especially for bringing people in here that I knew that have no experience with Forex whatsoever.
Absolutely. This is good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Does anybody else have any questions?
Let me check. Oh, that was just Kara. Sweet.
Hey, how's it going? How's it going? Sorry. I'm at. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm doing right now, real quick. Like, I'm at work, but I'm still on this call, right? I have some people that are like really interested in like still joining, and like saying that obviously some people just want instant results, right? Instant satisfaction. So when people ask me, "Hey, so how much money are you making? Are you already a millionaire?" And then it's like, they're obviously making fun of me, but I look at them, I'm like, no. But I'm like, why do you keep buying lottery scratchers every day? So you can pretend that one day you might make $1 million. And then they kind of just looked at me, and I'm like, dude, look, I don't want to say it's the same shit, because they told me, oh, it's you're gambling. I'm like, no, I'm not gambling. I just know that by the time I make a trade, I don't have that money anymore. Like you're saying, I don't have that emotional connection with money, but like the people that I'm trying to work with do. And like, there's some people that, obviously I've talked to, and they're like I'm trying to sponsor them right now, but they kind of just been avoiding me now. So obviously, instead of me just jumping on them, hey, what's up, man, and just trying to make them sign up, it's obviously like building a relationship with them still, and be like, hey, man, how's it going? Just wondering how you been. And then I slowly bring up the question, and then they just make up an excuse, right?
Yeah.
But then then they start watching videos, and they're like, well, look, this video said this. And I'm like, dude, are you obviously going to believe everything you see on the internet?
Exactly.
And then that's when, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. And then after that, they get like, oh, dude, that's true. It's one of those things where I'm like, when I tell people, I just try to be honest with them. I'm like, dude, look, you're learning a skill set where you're learning how to make money, even if it's not $1 million. If you make $2, $3, look at it like if you're a regular job. Let's just say you make $11 an hour, you just made $17 in that 1 hour.
Exactly.
Like, that's what I do at work. Like, even though sometimes I'm on my demo account, I just opened up my live account. It's one of those things where, it's all about the mindset, like you guys are saying. And that's what I try to teach the people in like my team, but obviously their mindset is not there. And like, I sometimes get frustrated, but at the same time I stop and I think, I'm like, dude, I'm working 60 hours a week sometimes, if not longer. And like, some of my coworkers work with me on IML, but they're too busy doing quote unquote something else that is much more important, right?
Yeah.
And like, that's where I feel where either I'm doing something wrong as a leader, or I'm just picking the wrong people to work with.
No, I honestly don't think you're doing anything wrong as a leader. I think you're doing great, but if you're holding just like Abigail, just like myself, yeah, people are gonna say they're busy. I don't know how close you are with them, but honestly, like I'm always 100% transparent with my team. I just tell them like it is, dude. So I love calling people out on their BS in a nice way, but just really having them understand the mindset. And if they're not down for it, bro, if they're not 100% willing to go all in with this, then you yourself, yeah, you can still help them, but you will be wasting your time chasing after people you already enrolled. Because that was one of my weaknesses last year, was getting people started and begging them to work. Like, that doesn't even make sense to me. They got started with IML. They wanted to get this done. They sat down with me, and they told me their goals, the reasons why they wanted to do this, but their ethics didn't match that at all. So I don't know if you're doing that as well when you're getting people started. Asking them, what are your goals? How much do you want to make a month? What drives you to do this, to make this work? Do you know what I mean? If you do that with every single person that's new, get their goals down, know why they're doing this, you'll be able to hold them accountable. So back in my old company, even in this company as well, we have a lot of what's the word? Accountability partners. So I think a Blue just joined. He's one of them as well. Checks up on me regularly. What am I doing? What am I doing? What can we do? What can we do to make things better? What can we do to make things work? if you don't hold your team accountable, if people never held me accountable, I wouldn't be where I am today. And a lot of people call it, oh, he's calling me out on it. Yeah, you are calling him out on it. Because why? Because he told you, I wanted to make $5,000 extra a month. But what is he doing to make that happen? That's where you step in. Because if you don't hold him accountable, or vice versa, if he doesn't hold you accountable, then are you guys really going to meet your goal together as a team? Or just, just by yourself as a, just personally, how can you help someone else grow? So as a leader as well, you want to make sure you're comfortable doing that, because sometimes leaders will feel like, oh, I don't want to hurt his feelings. I don't want him to think that I'm bugging him. Bug the hell out of him. Bug the hell out of them, because they came to you because you had the opportunity. Remember this, dude. It's not us that needs them. It's them that needs this opportunity. That's why we're here, to educate them on this, right? We're just the messenger of the message. So if they're not willing to listen to it, then there's just no point really into giving your 1,000% of helping them win when they're not willing to practice. So I believe you're doing the right things. Just make sure when you get them involved, when you get them started, reach out to your team now and just ask them, what are some goals you can reach this week, next week? What's your what do you want to achieve by the end of the year? That'll really help them to really stop and think like, oh, this dude really he wants to help me out. So it's all about integrity as well. You don't just want to sign people up just to, hit ranks or to break even. But that's what I love about this industry, is it's people helping people, because it's a people company. So you really gotta, be personal with some people just to help them win, and you gotta just push them in the right direction. So yeah, hopefully does that make sense?
Yeah.
Tony?
Working from a past experience in the business and the industry also, I've done the same thing where I've obviously learned from people, and they would push me every day, hey man, how's it going? You ready? Yeah. I'd be fired up all the time. And that's what that's what I try to do for my people. But obviously, everyone will have their own way of thinking. But, at the end of the day, we could only really be there for them. But if they don't want the help, then there's no point in trying to help.
That's true. And like what Brandon Boyd says all the time, new blood is the lifeblood of your business. So, I mean, that's why you're always constantly reaching out to new people every single day. Like, yeah, you're always going to have your squad, the people that already joined you.
Yeah.
And that are running with you. But you always want to reach out to more people every single day. 5 new people, 10 new people a day. And bring them into the business. Teach them how to do the same thing, because you're going to run into the red apples that are going to want to run with you 100%. You just got to sort and sift through the people in your list. I'm pretty sure you've heard
Me from Virginia, just randomly. So, it's pretty awesome. Well, thank you for your response. I really appreciate that, and now I know pretty much what to do with my people and whatnot.
Yeah, let's link up on Facebook. Shoot me a message as well.
All right, no problem. I will.
All right, man.
All right.
Sweet.
All right. Thank you, Abby. We'll disconnect.
Tony, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I heard a little bit of what you said. The one thing I'm not sure if you're 100% doing, but I know I asked Jason this once upon a time, and he said, are you plugging in, and does your team know that you're constantly plugging in, right? Most importantly, because if they see you using everything, if they see that you're actually about the services, then that's going to duplicate. So there's that. And then also you said something that I did want to touch on mindset, because I thought of Jim Rohn and I wrote this down real quick. And I remember when I first met Edwin, it was probably the third conversation we had, or the third time we were talking, he brought this up. It was at first you're going to deal with people who aren't that serious, right? Because maybe you're wrong, your mindset is wrong. And it also goes about first you're going to recruit 0 out of 10 people, 0 out of 10 people, 0 out of 10 people. Then it's going to be 1 out of 10, 1 out of 10, 1 out of 10, 1 out of 10, then 2 out of 10, 2 out of 10, then 3.
Yeah, the law of averaging.
Right, and then it goes on and so forth. So at first, I mean, this just might be your 0 out of 10 um try, right? Where at first you are dealing with people who might not have the mindset, and then it's going to get down to, you learn, you grow, you change your frequencies, and then you're going to therefore attract people who have the right mindset for this, and then so on and so forth. So I just wanted to comment on that.
Exactly. What you just said right now literally has been happening to me. Like yesterday, I met some dude who's like an attorney, and he knew what Forex was, and I got his information. So, and he even told me, he goes, "Dude, you have a really good mindset. Like, give me a call, like, tomorrow or something." So I'm for sure gonna follow up with him, and just pretty much show him that I'm serious.
Word.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, there we go.
Yo, I appreciate all of you guys on here. For those of you who came on right away, for those of you who just jumped on previously, Edwin, this was a awesome call. I think everybody got a lot of value out of this, and the fact that it was Q&A at the end allowed people to really voice what they had to say. If anybody has any other questions, just interrupt over me. But I wanted to say lastly, before we hopped off with this, is he touched on, asking people, Edwin a little bit ago just touched on, asking people how much they want to make and all these things, and that accountability partner. And I think that's super, super important. I know from my experience, I've had people join and they kind of just don't want anything to do with you. They kind of want to do it on their own, and that's fine. Everybody's different. But I've known from experience, after hounding Abu day in and day out, getting on calls after calls after calls every single day, and then having him come and live with us for like almost 3 months. That was huge for me, just being around that energy and experiencing, from someone who's already been in the industry for a while now, and learning from him and all that good stuff. You can go, I think it's the quote, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And, working with individuals like Abu and Edwin and everybody on this call has truly allowed me to grow and move forward and have the progress that, I've been wanting. And the question that I'm going back to with, that Edwin asked about, the accountability thing, Itzel, I want to shout her out because she actually came up with this 90-day game plan. And it's like a couple questions that she asks individuals as soon as they get started, putting them in the right mindset. And one of those questions is, how much money do you want to make? And it's just kind of giving them that perspective. And I don't want to sell anybody short, but having a standard or an expectation when coming into this, not being realistic, but being practical about it. And I want to say this for those of you, I don't care if you just joined yesterday or you've been in for a few months or whatever it may be, if you still, kind of don't have that routine, that schedule, those good habits that you need to have in order to have the success that you want, please reach out to me. Regardless, do not hesitate to reach out to myself. I know that Abu, he's always there for you, and Edwin as well. But please do not hesitate to reach out to me if you want to have your own 90-day game plan, if you want to write stuff out, if you want to go over those questions so that you understand and know for yourself what you need to be doing every single day, every single week. Let's get on a call. I don't mind doing individual calls or whatever it may be, because you guys are solid. That's more people that we can help as we bring more people on into this. And we're leaders creating leaders. I don't want to just be up here. Like, I want to see new faces. Every time we go to the regional events, they always say, I want to see new faces up on stage and things like that. And that's the same thing with this, with this team, with the squad, is I want more people. All right, cool. I want to host a call. Oh, I want to be, on here. That's kind of why I wanted Edwin to come on here. New face. A lot of people know and don't know him, and seeing his energy and what he has to bring to the table and the value, all that good stuff. You guys are able to really be a part of that. But for those of you who would like to have a 90-day game plan, you set that up, just message me after this. I don't care if you're on my team, whatever it may be, I will do it with you, because I want everybody to win. I want everybody to be successful with this, because I understand the value of what's in front of me. I've been in this for about 10 and a half months, and there's a reason why I've been doing this for 10 and a half months. And, I'm not a millionaire. I haven't made a ton of money, but I understand the concept. The same concept it takes to make $1 in this market is the same concept it takes to make $1 million, and so on and so forth. And when you understand what's in front of you, the opportunity, the value, and the vision, and just the community and the people that are surrounding you right now, you would walk through a brick wall to get whatever it is in front of you. So I'm talking too much. I appreciate, Edwin, you coming on here and leading this call for us. Truly, truly appreciate it. Guys, if you have any other questions, just unmute your screens. Other than that, I did record this call, so I'm going to never posted a video before from this, so I'm going to try to figure out how to post it on YouTube. And so if you guys want to go back through it, I'll send it to y'all once it's done. So anyways, Edwin, unless you had anything else to say, I'm going to close the call out, or if anybody has any other questions.
I just wanted to thank you for the opportunity. I want to thank everyone for being on the call as well. Time well spent. Now let's just get to work. If you have any questions, we'll let Abigail close the call and send us the recording. But just ask your questions in the group chat, and let's get rocking.
Cool. See you guys in Houston.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I'll talk to you guys later. We're all in the same chat, so reach out. Don't be shy. And we'll talk soon. Have a great Saturday.
All right, guys. Take it easy.